And so, hello and welcome to our fifth reflection in Holy Week here on Good Friday. It's entitled, They Do Not Know What They're Doing. We begin with our piece of music. The words are available for you to see, to sing along to, or just to read and reflect upon. And our reading is from Luke's Gospel.
Two others also, who were criminals, were led away to be put to death with him. When they came to the place that is called the Skull, they crucified Jesus there with the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. Then Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." And they cast lots to divide his clothing. And the people stood by, watching. But the leaders scoffed at him, saying, "He saved others. Let him save himself if he is the Messiah of God, his chosen one." The soldiers also mocked him, coming up and offering him sour wine, and saying, "If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself." There was also an inscription over him, "This is the King of the Jews." The reading is taken from Luke chapter 23, verses 32 to 38.
Forgive. We somehow expect that word to appear here, even as this reveals that we know this story too well. It's lost its capacity to shock us. But it is the second part of the sentence that really sticks. They do not know what they're doing. It's one thing to be forgiven for what we know that we've done wrong, even if there is pride to swallow and shame to endure. But to be told we did not even know what we were doing, hang on a minute. A feature of our culture is need to blame. Someone must be responsible. It must be someone's fault. When shocking stories emerge of the abuse of children, tax avoidance, air disasters or global pandemics, we need to know whose fault it is. It must be someone's. We need someone to blame. It is the deadliest diagnosis from the crops that they do not know what they are doing. Who don't exactly? Crowds? Carnival? Media driven? Perhaps the soldiers, only knowing their orders. What about Pilate? Political expediency, ineffectual. He did not know what to do. What about the religious leaders? They knew what they were doing exactly. And Judas? And you and I? What do we know? Jesus' favourite metaphor for the human condition is blindness. We don't see. There are sensitivities to this metaphor, of course, and in the recorded encounters with Jesus, the physically blind often saw him the most clearly. On one occasion, his religious hearers challenged him, "Are you saying we are blind?" And Jesus replied, "You're not guilty because you're blind. You're guilty because you say you can see." If we are blind in this sense, then even our best intentions can be dangerous. We cannot see our consequences, our effects. If we come to the cross in this place of not knowing, of unseeing, or unseeing and our wild, deadly assumptions about what we think we know, what do we see? What do we know? Where do we connect with these thoughts? Let's pause for a moment. Let's pray. Father of Jesus, for the judgments we make that are simply prejudices, for the times we think we are right but we are actually wrong, for the times we claim to see clearly but are blind, Father, forgive. We do not know what we are doing. We pause to add any prayers of our own on this day. And we finish with the traditional words. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, for by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.